It is yet again time to effortlessly or effortfully, depending on what we randomly choose to make more ultra kill rep hops in Spore. Now, due to the sheer amount of people in the comment section asking me to make a gutter man, then I am going to be making a gutter man, or at least try my best. Now I'm gonna give you a warning right here and now. It's gonna look absolutely terrible, like the flesh prison in that other video. So for the body, this guy is fat. This guy is very fat and he has very tiny legs. Maybe this is good for the torso. We'll make it even fatter later if needed. Now that I'm actually noticing, the legs on a gutter man look so goofy. What? It looks like this. Why do they look like that? I'm gonna give him tiny socked up heads, because if it's not gonna have any feet, then it's gonna be broken because it doesn't know what to make act like a leg. Also, don't mind the fact that it's green right now. We're gonna fix it later. Man, if I hadn't known any better, I thought I would be making somebody's mother by now. You got him. Yeah.
They ask you how you are.
I think the body itself is a little taller, like one bone. Yeah, now this definitely needs more work in the outfitter, the space outfitter, but for now we're gonna just be giving it a base. Actually, you know what would be hella goofy? Is that if I were to give like its mask have this eye instead of glass. Like, you know how Minos Prime's, wait, let me show it. Like, you know how Minos Prime's whole is a whole eye instead, and I think it makes it so funny that way. It gives it a little spark of personality and funniness. It's also gonna go with the fact that it's terrible looking. Yeah, so that's for the eyes. Now for the arm. The arms are going to be made asymmetrically. Whoa, look at those are some wide. Yeah, see, I told you guys, it's gonna look hilarious this way. So this goes here, I think. Man, on the base of it, it looks so goofy. So if this arm is this long and it is in the holding a shield type of form, it should look like this then, yeah? Yeah, so that's for one of the arms. Now, the arm that is a minigun, so I'll take away its hand and I want to make it this short. And for the minigun, is there anything here that can help? Since Gutterman is like 70% metal, or actually 100%. I don't know what part I thought isn't metal until I haven't looked at it just now again. I think making the minigun has to be done in the outfitter, yeah. But also the right hand to put behind the shield, I'm going to give it a human hand, which was called Oposabuba. And the whole coffin that is behind it, that stores that skeleton guy, also has to be done in the outfitter. Man, what can we do that doesn't have to be done in the outfitter? Let me just make it a little... Oh, come on, man. Allow me to do that. Let me just make it not look as embarrassingly fat. Kind of facing difficulties here, not gonna lie. Okay, yeah, now the leg looks right. Well, let's just save this guy for now. I am going to name it Gutted Man, because we absolutely gutted its original form. Creation needs a mouth. Oh, you son of a... Duh, you mouth-needing bitch. I keep forgetting that every creation needs a mouth. Thing is, a gutter man doesn't even have a mouth anywhere. It's under the mask. Well, if it is under the mask, then I would be totally fine to just take this and then make it as tiny as possible and then put it inside one of his eyes and then rotate it 180 degrees the other way. Okay, now that is well hidden. Oh god, when it faces directions, it does not look pretty. Bro, stop that. Alright, save. Let's go. Alright, instead of being in the space outfitter, we're in the captain outfit. I do know that there are better parts here. Yeah, I should have been doing this a lot sooner, but I just didn't know how to transition a creature right into a captain outfitter. Now, here we are. What works as a whole shield? You don't think this whole thing works somehow if I make it very big? Now, structurally... this is terrible, and I make it look this way. It's not going to be as big as what it is. Also, why am I so zoomed out? It's not going to be as big as how it is, or as sturdy as it is in ULTRAKILL, but this just has to do, man. Remember, Spore standards, there's none. And also, it has a little metal pad in between the legs, so I'm going to give it mini frills to match it in the game. Man, there are golden looking parts here. This would have been so good for the Gabriel video. Man, I wish I came here sooner. But this isn't about Gabriel. His time is past. Shoulder pads, I'm gonna go with these. It's nothing like how it is in ULTRAKILL, but it's gonna match anyway. Now, how to make the minigun work? Y'all don't have any guns in here, do you? They got missile flingers. That's a little overkill for a minigun. It's gonna be a whole mini missile, but that's gonna be dope. So for the base, I'm gonna slap this box here because it looks the most solid thing over here. Wait, can I build on it? If I can't build on it, I'm gonna be so upset. Oh, you can build on it. Okay, I know this looks terrible. I actually say that a lot during all of my videos. I should stop saying that because everything just does look terrible. You know, somehow a hat would work here, the Ultra Fez. And then, hear me out, we put these missile flingers here. What the hell is this? Oh, interesting. That's the first time I actually see this kind of arrow. That's very cool. And I'm gonna stick this gear over here to make it, you know, not like a hat is slapped there and more like an actual contraption. Now, we might not have a minigun on our gutted man, but we have a missile flinger gun, and I think that's way cooler. This is how they would have made a gutter man if humanity locked in for the final war. They would be not holding any punches and straight up would have made a missile machine. A power battery. Okay, that could actually canonically work because, you know, technically the gutter man is powered by such thing, and it only makes sense that we use something called a power battery. Like, you see, dude, this works just perfectly. It's actually kind of recognizable. You can probably guess that this guy is indeed a gutter man. For all the details in the front, I actually don't know what to do because it's, you know, very defined, and in Spore it's very simple. Could just slap this screen on there, I guess, and rotate it maybe. You know, this could maybe work for some of the details in the front, but also not at the same time. I feel like that just isn't right. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's go with this. The more details, the less bad it might look, or more, depending on how shitty I place it there. I feel pretty proud of this. Oh wait, I've completely forgot about the coloring. Hold up. Well, it would have looked cool until we got to the coloring part. Man, this looks terrible. Because you see, you just can't paint these parts that you get from the outfitter. It's so bad. And it's terrible how you can't paint like very detailed like how you can in the building creator, which sucks, but whatever, man. Look at our gutter man, dude. This guy looks messed up when he walks. What the fuck? Why does your eye move there, man? That is so messed up. As long as it doesn't walk, it looks fine. You're saying babies are gonna look way worse. Oh, they're just eyes, dude. Oh, this dude's twitching. Oh god, I made something that is just not right in the brain. If it even has a brain, dude. Well, let's just not look at it any further. Let's just get out of here. What do you say? And now for the next bit, I am going to be making just a simple stray. I do not feel like making a gutter tank. If you think I'm gonna spend another 40 minutes making a gutter tank, you are greatly mistaken. I just don't feel like it, man. Now, if you have been watching my tier list videos on the dumbest shit imaginable, you would know how much I hate strays because how good for nothing they are. And now that I'm actually looking at the image, it looks more detailed than I had it imagined. It is a decent enemy, not gonna lie, but like, it's still kind of a big coward. It does have tall legs and thin too. How does it... Wait, there is no difference in the thickness of its entire leg in the different parts of it. And it is rocking the, of course, human feet. But actually, it's more rocking high heels because it doesn't look like it has any toes on its feet. So I'm gonna give it the kind of shoes that it can absolutely slay in. And then for arms, yeah, it is definitely the simple ones. I actually can't tell what hand it is using. I'm gonna make the torso look like this because it's kind of missing an entire belly. So it makes sense if I do that. Man, if only Spore wouldn't just move everything so rudely whenever you want to stretch the body a little bit. Like, bro, I'm just trying to give it a head. You don't gotta put the arms where the head is, man. You can just ask that, maybe, before you just ruin the whole thing. Well, you know, yeah, this seems pretty alright. Looks pretty dead looking to me. We can't make it look skinless because that would be horrifying for Spore standards. For the eyes, I am of course going to give it the empt eyes. And for the mouth, I actually don't know what to give it. I'm just gonna give it simpleton, because as the name would suggest, it is simple. Well, I mean, they are strays, so making them look dog shit is kinda my plan in the background that I didn't say. Shit. Bro, power's out again. And I gotta remove the face cam now because without lighting it's gonna look dog shit. You know what? For the painting, I'm gonna give it these ones. These look alright. And this is our stray. Man, good thing I didn't start working on a gutter tank because that would have been taking another 40 minutes in the background. And by that time, my laptop would have shut down because it would run out of battery. And instead of a stray, I am going to name it Lost because that's kinda a synonym for stray, right? And without a face cam by this point, that's gonna be it for today. The reason of these power outages that actually happen every day for all over Iran is that we are really low on resources, or actually I don't know the exact reason. I'm not gonna say it in case I accidentally spread misinformation, but Google it yourself. It does happen though. But anyways, we are one step closer to having that full playthrough of Spore with all ULTRAKILL characters. If you got this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked it, or maybe even comment or subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.